to be reviewing our outdoor portable aerial rig. This rig is from Juggle gear, which is based in Alberta, Canada. So if you're living in Canada, this is a really great option. If you're living in the States, there are other options through Aerial Essentials and Ludwig, but I'm going to be reviewing this rig today. I own about 10 of these rigs. This is the biggest one, so it goes on 3 settings: 12 feet, 16 feet, and 20 feet. I will say, if you are using it for performance purposes, 16 feet is quite high. So I actually got a different rig custom made because most ballrooms, well, where we're located, are not 16 feet, they're actually 15 feet. And so we can use a different rig on medium setting, but this rig is too big to go to some events. So that's just something to keep in mind. The top bar for this piece has 5 different holes drilled, so you can put multiple apparatus up, or you can change like where exactly you want your apparatus to be on the top bar. You can also add a pulley system, which we do use the pulley system just to be able to switch out equipment nice and quickly and to be able to set the height if it's hoop or something else. The legs are all the same length and dimensions, so it doesn't matter which legs connect to which ones, they're all the same, which is really nice. My other one's a bit of a puzzle piece where you have to connect certain legs with on each side, but this one is all the same. And you can see here the feet have little rubber soles on them, and they have the tabs for the pulley system if you do want to add a pulley system. And it also comes with these little clips as the connection. So I love these. These are really quick and easy to fasten. You just pop them in. They go through the holes that are drilled in all of the pieces. And these are replaceable. So if you do lose them, which I mean, it happens, you can pick them up at a parts store. I think I got replacements for these at Lordco, and you can also get them at Triton. So that's really handy. And then the cables, there are 3 different sets of cables. So they're for the small, medium, and large setting. So these are really easy and quick to put on. My only issue with these ones are that the cables sit up a few inches from the ground, so they are a bit of a trip hazard, which is fine. You just at events need to make sure that you have your rig cordoned off and that your performers or people know what to expect when they're walking around. If you're setting this up at home in your back garden or whatever you have, it's a really nice rig to assemble. It does have quite a big footprint. It is 20 by 20 on the largest setting. But if you have the space for it, I would highly recommend getting one. And pricing wise, this rig was 2,500 Canadian dollars. I mean, it's an expensive piece of equipment, but if you're using it for events or for performing, you're gonna make that money back over time. And if you're just using it for personal use at home, then it's an investment. Like any other thing that you wanna use, it's an investment. You're not gonna be paying, I guess, then to maybe train at a studio, or you're just paying to have the accessibility there all the time. So it is an investment, but highly worth it if you're going to use it. If you live in a country where it rains all the time or it's really cold all the time, that might be something you want to think about. A lot of clients of ours are like, oh, I'm going to buy a rig, and then forget that it's only really sunny in Canada for like 2 months of the year. You can leave this out in the elements if it's raining or whatever. I would obviously take my equipment off it in that case, but I don't really like to leave mine out. I like to keep it good, make sure it's not getting rusty. This one comes painted, which is really nice. The paint does chip off over time, but you can always repaint it. But that is an added bonus. But yeah, ultimately, I think when you're searching for a rig, what you want to be looking for is something that you can fit in your vehicle, that's easy to transport. Like, I like to put all of these legs together and pop them in a milk crate on a dolly and then dolly it into places. and then you want to be able to assemble it with 2 people. So this rig's really comfortable to assemble with 2 people that are strong and know what they're doing. It is easier to move with 3 people, or faster to assemble with 3 people, especially if people aren't comfortable with like lifting and holding the weight. But ultimately 2 people is more than adequate to put up the rig. And yeah, I really love this company. I really love this rig. It's so easy to assemble. It makes, sometimes when you have a rig and you have to go and set it up, it can be a bit of like a hurdle, or you're like, I really don't want to do that. But this rig is so easy. I just throw it in the back of my truck. It's assembled really quickly. And once you've assembled it 1 or 2 times, it's really easy to just throw it up. And it's way faster actually to break it down as well. So yeah, I would think about, are you able to use it year round, or how much of the year can you use it? Can you fit it in your vehicle? Is it light enough to transport? And is it easy to assemble with 2 people? So I love these rigs. We're not sponsored by them or anything. I just love the company. So we get all of our rigs from Juggle gear. And I know the pandemic did create a wait list for a lot of people for getting equipment. So I think that a lot of suppliers have caught up now, but sometimes you do have to wait for a rig to be built or delivered. So that's another thing that you want to be considering if you're ordering your rig and you know it's March and you want it there for the summer. Like, just planning ahead is really helpful. So those are our tips and tricks for buying an aerial rig.